Angels! We're saved! Brothers, we fight! For
Well, hello, Space Marine fans, and we have some great information today, and that is going to be a look into the upcoming patch 11. That is right, it is just finally around the corner. And from the public test server, we have a good look at some cosmetics, some cool things that we couldn't do previously, as well as some new mission details. So let's dive in and take a look. So to kick things off, let's take a look at the 2 champion packs that have been confirmed for patch 11, and that is going to be for the Salamanders and then for the Blood Angels. So let's start off with the Blood Angels first. Now, just take a look at what we have over here. We are in full Sanguinary Guard look, so that full kind of like head-to-toe golden body look, with the classic face mask that we've come to love. And also, you can see on the back, there's a lovely detail to it. So, you know, they kind of killed it with this one. But as you will notice, it is also for our tactical class. Hopefully we can mix and match some of these pieces, because I think that, you know, on top of the assault class, it could also work a lot too. So, you know, we'll see what happens. So then next up we have the Salamander pack, and this one's looking absolutely insanely cool. So I think Vulcan himself would be quite proud with this one. And we're getting 2 different helmets for them. So you have the first one over here with kind of that open mouth, you know, kind of looking like a lizard himself, or a salamander, I might say. And then the second one is going to be the more beaky helm with the optical eye, and then the champion's laurels attached to it as well. So pretty cool aesthetic. And of course, friends, we're having cool shoulder pauldrons added to this pack as well. So we're going to be able to have the dragon on us as well. So if you know the fire drake, that is kind of, you know, indigenous to Vulcan's homeworld, that's what we're getting on here. But I think one of the coolest things is going to be the backpack, how, you know, the Black Templars had the skeleton and the pillory for their champion pack. The Salamanders are getting the flame pillar, so great homage to them. I love it all overall. I think they really killed it with this champion pack, but you let me know what you think. But we're also going to be getting a ton of other cosmetics, and some of them are for the heroic items that you can get from the stratagem points that we're going to be using, and then the others are just going to be, you know, acquired in the game how we normally would, or from the customization packs themselves. But let's take a closer look. So starting off with the helmets, we're going to first obviously be getting the one from the Salamanders pack, but you know, since we're able to mix and match it on our other characters, here it is in the ultramarine blue. But then also, friends, there is a new Black Templar style pack that's showing up in the stratagem area, and you can see the nice little sigil on the faceplate and the one without it, and of course it could be color changed and mix and match, so that's all looking great. But then also we are going to be getting 2 new pauldrons, so one of them with the classic 30k rivets on the side, and then also a secondary pauldron over here, and this is more of that relic style flange with the rope laurels, and it goes alongside really well what I think would be for the Blood Angels. But all in all, pretty cool. And then lastly, also going to be getting 2 new capes. So the first one is going to be the shoulder-mounted cape/cloth that has the skull with the ring around it, and then another camo type, but as you can see over here, it fits our character a little bit differently. And then something that also snuck itself into the you know, public test server that wasn't really picked up on the patch notes, and that's going to be a Raven Guard style pistol, as you can see over here. So this bolt pistol looks like it's a lot of fun, and you know, it also has a direct model on the tabletop to go with it, so it's a nice little tie-in. And I did talk about something that we are able to do now, or are going to be able to do, that we weren't able to do previously, and that's finally be able to customize and mix and match the Chaos Champion packs. You know, everyone's been begging to be able to do this, and it's finally coming in. Man, it looks absolutely great. I'm super excited for it, so let's take a look. So I already previously went through on a different video what the champion packs look like, so if you missed out on that, you can go and refer back to that last video. But taking a look, friends, as you can see over here, we have the heraldry editor packs now for the Chaos, you know, for all of our heretical friends out there that want to have better drip finally, right? So as you can see over here, there is some Night Lords blue, but onto the Iron Warriors, going through, and you can see a lot more of that playing out. And then, of course, putting on actually the classic Night Lord's helmet onto that build as well. So if you really wanted to have your bulwark be a Night Guard, hey friends, now you can. But then also, of course, it's not just a Night Guard, a Night Lord pack. It is going to be for everyone else as well. So, across the board, Chaos is getting a lot of fun, different things that they could do from a customization standpoint. So, if your Assault wants to be a certain, heretical legion, be that. If you want to do it for your tactical, do that as well. Whatever it is, friends, just mix and match and have fun, or make your own custom Chaos chapters as we do with the Loyalists. Why not do something custom as well? I'm super excited for this, everyone. I think this is something that's been asked by the community to have happen for a good while now, and kudos to the devs for making it happen. But we also know from the public test server that it's just not cosmetics and packs that we'll be getting, but actually new missions, and we have a breakdown of that, so let's go take a look. So diving into these notes, there's actually a lot that's revealed, even though it's just a couple bullet points, but there's also some things that could be potentially hinted towards and alluded to. And the first one for that is going to be the first of the off-planet PvE missions, and it's going to be Reclamation. Now, it's going to take place in orbit around planet Avarax, and a squad of our Space Marines is going to be tasked with dealing with a Tyranid infestation inside of a damaged Imperial cruiser. Now, everyone, that screams Space Hulk to me. That screams, boarding actions from the tabletop. If you don't know what that is, friends, that's where you're going into an enemy ship that, if it's a Space Hulk that's basically dead and been overrun by a Xenos and you're taking it on, or if it's a boarding action, we'd be fighting Chaos Forces or something else on there. But I love to see that this precedent is happening into the game, and I think it could add a lot of texture and more fun and more variety to it. But also, friends, could that mean that we'll be potentially getting the Terminators as playable characters within the game? Because that is a classic unit that you use for a Space Hulk boarding action against the Tyranids. Now, I highly doubt that we would be getting that anytime soon if it does happen, but hey, a man can wish, because if it can be in the Astartes Overhaul mod for the PC version, why can't we get it as well over here across everything? I would love that. Hey, a man can wish. So then we're also going to be getting a new mission pickup inside PvE missions, and that's going to be called Sanctified Wrath. So it ups the player's melee damage by 25% for 15 seconds, and also makes them immune to knockbacks and pushes nearby enemies back upon use. So that is going to be very interesting. I can't wait to get some more information on that. And then there's also going to be more than 40 new battlefield conditions added on. So we don't have insight onto what those are to, kind of change up the battlefield, but really interested to find out when we get some more info. And then, of course, adding on to, more things that we can grind out, a whole slew of new heroic items. I'm not going to go through all of them, but here they are for you, as you can see. And, of course, if you don't know how to get heroic items, you will be getting the accolade points by playing the stratagem missions, so be sure to do those. And then we already touched upon it already, but obviously Chaos customization is coming in for PvP, so armor parts from all different sets are going to be available, as we talked about. And then lastly, the New Year content pass that has the Blood Angels champion pack with the signature chainsword skin and the Salamanders cosmetic pack. Alright, well, that's everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for tuning in, as always, friends. Trying to always, get all the information and consolidate it for you in some digestible form, so I hope that you appreciated it. And if you did, please be sure to like and subscribe and follow us for the next one. Well, hit all the likes, hit the bells, hit everything you can, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.